214 Gaming Podcast is for mature audiences only. Opinions expressed are our own and do not represent any Department of Defense or U.S. government entities as a whole. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Viewer and listener discretion is advised.
Hell yeah.
The season finale. What's going on, man?
Oh man, I don't know, man. I'm just chilling. Just chilling. How are you?
I'm good. Oh man, I just heard myself.
That was me.
Oh.
I accidentally switched over to the Facebook feed. My bad.
It was like you ever seen Daddy's Home? And Mark Wahlberg goes into the record store. He's like 106 the Panda.
No.
You never seen Daddy's Home?
No.
I can't stand Will Ferrell, but that's a good movie. That's a good movie.
I believe you. Have you?
How was
go ahead.
How was your Christmas, my man?
It was good. It was very invigorating to be here and to have made it. And that was kind of I had two horizon lines basically moving out to Kansas City. One was getting here, and the second was Christmas, because Christmas was like a week and a half after we got here. So yeah. I wanted to make those two milestones, and then I could do a bunch of other shit once I kind of cross the top of that hill. And what's up, Deshaun Myers, man? Good to see you, bud. Good to see you. Hope you had a Merry Christmas with you and yours as well, Deshaun. But yeah, it was actually a really good day. Obviously spent time with family and loved ones. We went to Iowa for a couple days earlier this week to see Nikki's family. I got to meet her brother. And then we came back and basically had our Christmas here. Hung out with my family for a little bit, and then we did our thing. Our little family did our thing at the house, and that was pretty much our day. I mean, it wasn't over the top, but it also wasn't subdued necessarily. So I would like to think everybody had a good day. Everybody seemed happy and pleased at the end of the evening. Everybody kind of went to bed early-ish last night, which tells me that they had enough energy expenditure during the day, right? So
what were some of the highlight gifts that came out?
My mother, the kid's grandma, my mother, got my girls both skateboards.
Oh,
that seemed to be a big hit item for the girls. And then their other grandmother, I still call her my mother-in-law basically, but very saint of a woman. She got the girls those little kind of old school digital cameras. You know what I mean? And okay. So my youngest daughter, Delilah, she's probably already taken 200 pictures, I'm sure, because she's got a digital camera now. So, but those for the girls, for Nikki, my parents got Nikki a Victrola, basically like a record player.
Okay.
And it is cassette tape, CD player compatible. You can hook it up to your Bluetooth, but it also plays records. And
the fact that I can play cassettes is amazing in itself.
The thing is fucking awesome. It is amazing. And
are the speakers inside the?
Yeah.
That's good. And how's that sound?
Yeah, all the sound comes out of that little. It sounds old fashioned and it's awesome. It sounds like record. It sounds like if I played a record from the 1940s and you walked into the house, you'd think you were in a serial killer's house, dude. It's fucking awesome. It's fucking awesome, dude. When you walk into Red Dragon's house, it's got that 1940s, everything's antique and it's got the 1940s music playing. You're wait, isn't it 2021? What the fuck's wrong with these people,
Yeah,
right? Like,
it's gonna be like that scene in oh God, what is it? Those Conjuring movies with the guy with the red face that's dancing in the with the creepy.
I only saw I think I've seen the first one and maybe part of this. I don't know. Like, I kind of. I'm sorry, but yeah. But yeah, that's and then and then I'm gonna be going to I'm gonna be going. Apparently, I'm gonna be attending a Tool concert in March. So that was
Oh yeah, baby, that's what I'm
yeah.
talking about.
We get to go see Tool again, and I can't wait. So that's gonna be fucking cool.
What show is that? In case any of our fans
That
want to
one's
meet you.
that one is gonna be in Omaha, Nebraska. So we'll be driving about 2.5 hours north to go see Tool in
Not bad.
Nebraska. So that was basically kind of what the what the Fat Man brought our little family this year. So yeah, how was yours, and what all did the Fat Man do for you guys this year?
Yeah. Well, now now that the COVID's gone, we're feeling a lot better. I'm gonna go get another test today
Good.
to go back to work tomorrow. So I'm pretty excited to be coming back into the real world because I left my house once during this whole time. So we're all feeling a lot better. So we had some my mom came over, we shared some gifts, but me and my wife, we're guilty of giving each other our gifts to each other during the holidays because for us the Christmas is for the kids. We like to see their
I see.
excitement, so every year me and my wife will gift early, maybe sometime Festivus. Around Festivus is around the time that we give
So
our
like
gifts.
22nd, 23rd, a
Yeah,
couple days, but not like a couple weeks kind of thing.
yeah. So
Okay.
it was really cool. And hang on, I'm blacking out again.
Oh no, don't whatever you do, don't do that.
Yeah, did I? No, I did not win the feats of strength. I
Yeah,
did not.
were you still under the weather when Festivus occurred?
Yeah, and today's actually the first day that I feel like all the pain is gone now. But yesterday was actually good. I slept until like 12 yesterday,
Okay.
and me and my wife did, and then we started getting Christmas ready. Well, actually, the first gift I got was this Razer
Ah, yes.
remote.
Cool.
And listen, just listen.
Tell me about that thing.
Mechanical.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's got two extra buttons up here, which have been helping me with Fortnite. Which
Okay.
I have to say I've gotten Joe to play Fortnite, and
I am.
it's been
Oh,
fun.
so as of probably slightly after the end of this podcast, and probably until the Chiefs start playing today, I'm going to be getting down into the basement. And I had to go through a couple boxes yesterday and the day before for other various Christmas related reasons. And I quickly realized that a lot of what's down in our basement is kitchen stuff and some of the kitchen items that we brought. And it's probably not going to take me quite as long to get set up down there as I initially might have forecast. And so
Yeah,
I'm going to try to get as much done today before the Chiefs game as I can in the basement, so that I'm not wasting time on it tomorrow. Um, I'm hoping by Tuesday or Wednesday to be hooked up to the internet in the basement with my consoles. That way we can get back online and start gaming again, because I haven't touched a video game since we left Pueblo. So it's been over a week and a half for me, and I'm like, okay, I need to get back. I need to get back at it, because now Christmas is over and all excuses are out the window.
yeah,
So
and yeah, man. Let me tell you, this remote is the best remote I've ever used. I've used it on my Xbox and I've used it on my
tell
PC.
me tell me briefly, like, so give me a stylistic and a gameplay difference. So stylistically, like while you're holding it, and gameplay, what it's doing for you during gameplay. I am listening. I gotta get something out of the fridge
Yeah,
real
yeah.
quick, but I'm listening. Like, tell me the stylistically and during gameplay, like what makes
So
that controller so fucking badass, please.
so stylistically, it was very hard to get used to at first.
Okay.
The shape of it is it has a bit of a different shape, I guess, due to the extra buttons on the controller. But it's very comfortable. It has a nice grip to it. The grip itself, I haven't, it's a wired controller, so I mean, I'm like, I wasn't going for that first, but once I saw that it was Razer, I was like, okay, I'll give it a chance. The buttons feel good. They don't feel like they're ever gonna get stuck. It's comfortable. The grip on it is real strong. Didn't slip out my hand once, and it's
Cool.
got a very strong vibration. One of the more interesting things that I found about this remote was that the start and select button are up here, and
Okay.
down here there is a share button to share the
Just to go like straight into your like a stream,
yeah,
basically.
a picture, a video that you took on Xbox or the PC, and then the other one is for sound. The mechanical buttons,
Mm-hmm.
they feel great. They don't feel like your regular, like, how when you push in a regular Xbox remote, it's like kind of soft and it just kind of just clicks. This one you could feel like the mechanics in it as you're pressing it. It's pretty cool. That was a really cool gift I got. Another one I got here, of course, Gary Sanchez, Funko Pop. Got to get it. I had to get it. And
Gary Sanchez.
he's the catcher of the New York Yankees. Can't wait to see him come back another year,
Oh yeah.
especially with the baseball season coming back soon. My mother got my son some baseball cards, but
What'd you get? Tops?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, these are my son's baseball cards, but these are 2021. Now, my wife also got me a set of baseball cards, which had a $300 Dwight Gooden card inside of it.
Fuck yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you guys are baseball fans, you guys know who Dwight Gooden is. Dwight Gooden was one of the greatest Mets of all time. I will say it, one of the greatest Mets of all time, and you all know that story. I
Yeah, man,
also,
him and Daryl Strawberry, man.
oh baby, oh baby, and I got to get my vinyls. It's funny we're getting into this conversation. So this album is actually called Beggars by Thrice. This album came out during a very special time when they were changing their sound before their hiatus. One of my favorite albums. This one actually has a Beatles cover for Helter Skelter. Very
Interesting.
excited. Like I've always said, these guys are the modern day Beatles. And what's actually really nice about this vinyl is that it's pink.
Yeah, cool.
Very
Cool.
nice.
The I got Nikki a few vinyls, and I got each of my daughters one, and the one I gave to my youngest, I gave her the Weekend, and the Weekend's vinyl
the
is
After Hours.
it's like sparkly.
Yeah, is
It's
it
like
the After Hours album?
it's the one with like blinding lights and save your tears
Oh, oh,
and it's like
I
yeah,
love that
and
album.
great dude. I have to say like kind of going throwback with the vinyl shit, man. Like it was really a neat idea, and it was really
Yeah,
a good call. Like Nikki's always wanted one, and it was just a good call. Like, and the way her house is set up, and because of everything in the house is like it's wooden, like she has wooden floors and everything's made out of wood, basically. Like the acoustics are
they
very good
backed
for
off. Yeah,
they're very good for a record player, basically, if that makes sense. So that's basically everything sounded really good. You know what I mean? Like
that's good. And I mean, let me tell you.
you said you have a record player too, right? Or
Yeah, and it's not
what's
working right now, so I haven't gotten a chance
damn?
to listen to the one album that I really want to listen to, which is
Uh,
Thrice Horizons East. Now, there's something very special about this vinyl because one, it's the first pressing. It says it right there on the label, the first pressing.
that's badass.
So the very special thing is that you can only get this version of the album if you're part of the Thrice Alliance, and my mom is not part of the Thrice Alliance, so I don't know how she got this. On top of that, this album also comes with 3D glasses, which are not only for the record, and the cover itself, but they're music videos that come out for this record.
What?
Yeah, so these Chroma Depth 3D glasses, they actually make everything else. Like I'm looking at you right now in 3D. I don't know how it's doing it, but you're in 3D right now, Jay. And yeah, right here, baby, right here.
Oh, hold on.
Ow! So yeah, I thought this was a really, the remote is my favorite gift. But this album, it's a very special album, first pressing.
Good shit, dude.
So I'm
Fuck
very
yeah.
happy with this.
Done.
Now before we kind of move on, I'm curious to know,
Uh-huh.
Joe, I want to know about your Christmas, man, because I'd really like to talk about that remote that you got, because the remote that you got was actually the one I was actually searching for, and it's sold out near me. Is that like the Wolverine or something like that?
The I think it's called the Spectra. You guys can hear me all
Yes,
right, right?
the Spectra.
Yeah, we
the
can hear you.
Spectra.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
cool.
can hear you. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a wired controller, and it has RGB effects to it where they're programmable. Even it's not like the coolest thing in the world. I'll be honest. It's a really cool controller, and it feels really great to the touch. It has great action on the buttons. No complaints there.
It's
Even
almost
comes
like an Elite controller, but wired, right?
well here. Hold on, I'll show you guys here in a second. Because I programmed mine to look like Christmas, but now I got it all wrapped up. I had the Thrustmaster hooked up today. Playing some Thrust.
Hey Joe, I have another question for you. Did Santa bring you a new job? Because you're going to be fired after today. So
What did I do now?
I mean, what didn't you do? I mean,
You're just Joe.
Just because it's the day after Christmas, we're going to be nice to you all of a sudden.
You're
no.
just jealous of my sweet robe, bro. You don't even know. So check this thing out.
Oh, nice.
It's pretty
What?
legit.
Is the whole border? The whole border is.
Yeah, dude. It goes all the way around.
I like the colors. The colors are cool.
It's Christmas colors.
But you can program the colors that go through it.
Yeah, you can program them. So let's see.
Does that controller make you not suck at video games?
I don't know. I haven't really tested its full capabilities yet. What are we doing here? Oh wow.
Hey Joe, have you ever done something in a mirror?
There you go.
I can tell you. I could tell you haven't. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's neat.
That is neat, right?
Yeah.
So you can change them all different colors. And
That'd keep me occupied. That'd keep me occupied for about 20 minutes, and we're not even talking about playing the game.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And it did too. It kept me going for about 20 minutes, figuring out how to get the right colors on here and stuff, and what I wanted to do with it. The only effect that it comes with is breathing. So it just does that.
Oh.
But you can change the brightness and stuff on it. Yeah, and you never got to worry about a battery dying because it's completely wired. I haven't figured out what the switches on the back are for yet. It's got these joggers.
Okay, yeah. So I got the same ones. I got like these like lock switches, and the buttons are here on top. So like this button, I've turned to my A button. So let's say we're playing like Fortnite. I could jump and shoot at the same time. So I just press this.
Oh shit!
I mean, it's almost like cheating in a way. And like this button over here is my reload button. So
okay, I got these two down here.
You're not wasting. You're basically not wasting your thumb. You're not wasting your thumb to freaking do.
Yeah. And
menial tasks basically.
You know what's fucked up too? We're in our 30s, right?
Oh yeah.
We're in our 30s, and we're
40s.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And we're just finding out about this shit. Like we're just getting this stuff now. Where like these 13-year-old kids have probably had it for the last 5 years, and they're probably laughing at us right now. Like,
fuck them.
You guys deserve. We all deserve to be laughed at. So I mean, that's like, I don't know where we got the idea that like we suddenly became immune to being made fun of. But like, yeah, I would make fun of us too. I mean, if we're being real here.
Does yours have a mic jack, bro?
A mic jack? Yes, it does actually.
Mine's got a volume button.
But yours has you got that lever thing. Yeah, that's the reason why I was looking for that control, because that controller, I was like, damn. But I'm not gonna lie to you, I saw the Razer, and that you can't go wrong with Razer. So, but I'm very glad that everyone had a great holiday. I just had, and it's kind of funny how we were talking about music, because I just wanted to ask you, Jay, what are 5 albums that you listened to this year?
I'm outie.
Oh,
This year, 5 albums that I listened to front to back.
yeah, like in retrospect, what are some albums that really, and it
I,
could be like, and we're not talking about new albums. We're
right.
talking about like, you know,
Well, I mean, it's okay. Well, because I spent a lot of time on the road this year, I have a few what I call road albums where I listen to. I basically just press play and let the CD play itself out. Um, Bruce Springsteen, "Born in the USA" album
oh baby.
is one of those. Like, and so I'll be in the middle of Kansas somewhere, driving either to or from Kansas City, whatever, and I press play on that album, and 45 minutes goes by very quickly, and it's a great album. Every song is good. Very prior to a lot of people's contrary beliefs, there are a couple of very upbeat songs on that album, but the overall tone of the album is actually very, very melancholy. It's a very blue collar kind of rock and roll album. It's actually the overall tone is very, very melancholy, quite sad at times. When you listen to it,
It is a classic.
it is a classic, very nostalgic. So that would be on the list.
So would you
Uh,
consider that as number 5 or number 1?
they were all going to be probably on equal playing, like, because
Okay.
they're all going to be on equal footing. The next one would be West Side Connection. There's an album called Terrorist Threats, and that's Ice Cube and Mac 10 and Dub C holding it down for fucking gangster rappers worldwide. Freaking, it's a Dub SC thing, man. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, man. But West Side Connection, man, like that shit never gets old to me. The album Danzig 2, it's called Lucifuge.
Oh yeah.
That's fucking that album was on there. Last night we listened to, or was it 2 nights ago? We listened to Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd. That was the first like album we kind of played on Nikki's record player, because we had it down in the basement. Oh yeah, that's Danzig. Fuck yeah. That's a bad dude. That album right there is fucking. That is a press play album right there.
Jersey represent.
Dude, if the only song you know by Glenn Danzig is
His
called
mother.
Mother, you need to fucking like expand your goddamn horizons, because like that album is it's a very blues metal,
And
very
we've
like
and
very
we've
rhythmic.
talked about this. We've
We
talked
have
about this
several
before.
times.
And the fact that he also has Elvis cover album too, right?
He does now have an Elvis cover album out. He finally broke down, and somebody paid him enough money. They got that motherfucker to sing Elvis, dude. And actually, a couple of them are actually quite good.
Yeah,
Um,
he's got a, oh holy shit, he's got a whole
Joe
14-track album.
Joe, the song "I'm the One" is on Lucifuge. That song is actually on Lucifuge. So that song comes off that album. My favorite Danzig song is also on that album. It's called "Tired of Being Alive."
I like that
Surprise!
one.
Jay's tired of being alive. Surprise!
So
Right?
what is that? 3 now? You've chosen 3?
I think that's so. I got Springsteen, Lucifuge, Pink Floyd, Dark Side. I think that's all I've said, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then and I said West Side Connection, Terrorist Threat, so that's 4.
Yes, 4.
And it's not technically an album, but because it sold so much, and because it's almost considered its own album at this point. It was Tom Petty's greatest hits. So it's like 17 or 18, I think it's 18 songs, and it just spans Tom Petty's career up to, I think it was right. It came out, that greatest hits album came out before Wildflowers. So like, or excuse me, it came out right after Wildflowers. So it has like Last Dance with Mary Jane on it, but like he was still releasing stuff after that. Like,
Yeah.
but that's like a great road trip album where you just press play, and like you ain't got to touch shit for like an hour and a half or whatever. You know what I mean? So those are probably the albums that I listened to, and primarily because I was on the road a lot. So I actually I have a CD player in my car, so I was busting out my old fucking CDs and just listening to shit driving across the plains of Colorado and Kansas. So yeah.
That's good for me.
What about you?
So for me, I actually have like my list here. because I actually did listen to. There was a lot of new music that came out this year that I got to listen to. That was very enjoyable. I'm going to go from 5 to 1.
Okay.
Number 5, surprisingly, will be Thrice Horizons East. That that album came out this year. It was their comeback album. It was beautiful. It was perfect. And during the time that album came out, there was a lot of connections to. I don't know. With Thrice, there's always been a connection with my life in Thrice. I could choose a Thrice song for every major moment in my life. That's number 5. Number 4 is going to be Bad Omens, their live album. Bad Omens was a new band that I just found this year. They have actually been compared to Bring Me the Horizon like 3,000 times.
Okay.
They're called the American. They have a lot of people have called them the American Bring Me the Horizon. They have a song in this album called Dethroned, which is a
Okay.
song of God. No, of Lucifer singing to God, sending him a message that he's on his way. Like,
Badass.
and in the lyrics he goes, "Never mind, take me to the holy place so I could look you in the eye while I spit in your face."
Fuck yeah.
So
I can dig it, man. That's fucking rock and roll right there,
that's
dude.
that's a
That's
that
fucking rock
that
and roll,
that
man.
live album was one of my favorite albums this year. The
Good.
next one is The Devil Wears Prada, Zombie 2.
Okay.
This was probably one of the coolest albums I got to listen to this year. It was very unexpected and very different. It's a sequel to one of their other albums, and it was a 5-track album where it dealt with the pandemic. All 5 songs are related to the pandemic. And
Interesting.
yeah, and very hard album. If my favorite one in that song is Forlorn. That was what was that, number 3 or 2?
That was number 3, I believe.
That was number 3. Number 2 is Don Brocco, which I'm gonna have to
Don
type.
Brocco.
They're called Don Brocco, and the album was called Amazing Things.
Okay.
Amazing Things. Don Brocco is a band that I just found out about just a couple weeks ago, and I played the shit out of that album. And they are a very interesting band because they have a song called Endorphins, which
Okay.
it's pretty self-explanatory, where they dress up as the Power Rangers. I showed Joe this video before. They're from Britain. They're probably one of the coolest bands I've ever heard about this year. And this album was just so good.
Don
And
Brocco. I'm gonna have to look that up. That sounds interesting.
yeah, they're more like alternative. They're like alternative British rock. They actually have a song called Bruce Willis, which is actually kind of hard, and they scream out "Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker!"
I got to check that out.
Yeah,
I'm
great song.
definitely gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, now my number 1 album of the year. I was very torn about this. Very very torn about this, but it was between The Weeknd's After Hours but it's not. My number 1 album is Normandy's Dark and Beautiful Secrets. It was they were a kind of a newer band. They've been around for a little while. They're very different. They're just very, the singer has a great voice. They come out with some really good stuff, man. So
Okay.
this album was my number 1 album of the year. 10 great songs for you to listen to.
Okay. I might have to. Yeah, like you're gonna have to send me that list over text, man, so I can start plussing up a little bit now that I've got more time to listen to music, I guess, like, and just chill out, I guess, right? So
yeah. Oh, I got a whole list of stuff, man. And so you finally watched Spiderman.
I did see Spider-Man.
Let's hear it. I have to.
We get okay. First off, Joe, you're gonna have to put out there's gonna be spoilers. So if you haven't seen fucking Spider-Man, the new one, if you have not seen the Spider-Man, also if you've not seen the Matrix, spoiler alert, like we are going to be talking about it. It's been 2 weeks. The Matrix Resurrections is on HBO Max right now. That's actually how I saw the Matrix. It's on fucking HBO Max.
Yeah, we're gonna get into a very interesting conversation with that after I hear what you think of Spider-Man.
We are, but I want to make sure that everybody knows, like, we are definitely going to be fucking. We're for sure going to be lobbing out some fucking spoilers for Spider-Man. I'll try not to freaking ruin Joe's day on the Matrix, but we'll see how it goes. But okay, so you had to wait for what, Deshaun? Spider-Man or the Matrix?
The kids.
Man. All right, do your thing, man. Come back. Yeah, I was gonna say come back in 15 or 20 when we're done talking about Spider-Man. That sucks. Freaking. All right. So okay, so like let me start with the good. Let me start with the good on Spider-Man. The good. It's a Marvel movie, so it's 2 hours. You're probably gonna get some fun stuff, and like if you're into it, you're probably gonna like it a lot, and it's probably worth your money. Okay, John reviewed it last week. He gave it 10 of 10. Him
I
along
stand
with
by it.
him, you, John, and like the entire internet right now is like best Marvel MCU movie fucking ever, and everybody is like on this movie's dick, dude. Like I went and saw it, and I was like, well, that was a big fucking letdown. Like that movie to me did not live up to the hype at all. I liked it a lot better 2 fucking years ago when it was animated and called fucking Into the Spider-Verse. Okay. To me, it was like a giant 2-hour fucking like Easter egg hunt for a bunch of shit I didn't give a fuck about. Doctor Strange turned into a fucking like mad clown scientist, whatever the fuck, like a magic party clown at some kid's fucking birthday party. Like after you would think after all the fucking shit that they went through in the fucking MCU with Thanos and everything else, Doctor Strange would be a little bit more fucking careful with his fucking magic. Nope. We need to make more fucking money for the mouse. So we're gonna get out there and make some fucking money. We're gonna bring back like Tobey Maguire and the fucking other Spider-Man that no one gave 2 fucks about, just to fucking make the fans feel good. Okay. And then we're gonna put in there some kind of like redemptive arc. Let me tell you the fucking worst part of the movie to me was the fucking ending. We spend fucking 10 minutes every fucking podcast telling people to fucking make phone calls and reach out when they're fucking, hurting or whatever. And the fucking ending of this movie was this bitch made Peter Parker seeing how fucking good everybody else's life was without him in it. What in the finger fuck kind of message are they fucking sending to an entire generation of fucking kids at how good everybody else's lives around them can be if they're not in it? Fuck that fucking movie, dude. That movie was bar none one of the worst fucking Marvel movies I've ever seen. Complete fucking waste of money. Terrible fucking message for kids. And by the way, they did it fucking 2 years ago, and it was animated, and it was called Into the Spider-Verse. Don't waste your fucking money. I give this shit like a fucking 3 of 10. And the fact that everybody's fucking like sucking this movie's dick horrifies me, because like it's literally like just everybody fanboying out, getting fucking bukkakied by fucking Mickey Mouse and fucking Luke Skywalker and fucking Thanos, dude. Like that movie fucking blew dick, dude. That movie was fucking. My kids got bored. Fucking
Shit.
My kids got bored. Me and Nikki are looking at each other like, is this really what everybody was fucking talking about? Like that movie fucking sucked dick. Like,
So
fuck that fucking movie, dude.
I
Movie
see
sucked, dude.
I see exactly your point, but all your points are the reason why that movie was so good for me.
Which terrifies me, not only for you, but like I am clearly in the minority here. I acknowledge.
Oh yeah, you're fucked.
That movie just became the fastest movie to reach $1 billion in the box office in history.
Yeah.
Okay, like I acknowledge that I am heavily in the minority here. I'm probably in the 1% of 1% of people that would give this movie a bad review. Like I'm giving it a fucking not only a bad review, I'm giving it a fucking terrible review. The one good thing that movie did was fucking keep my attention for a couple hours. That was it.
Well, that's what the Easter egg. Well, that's what the Easter eggs were for, to keep.
I don't pay like movie theater prices to go on an Easter egg hunt. That's my problem. Like, and I will also freely acknowledge that I am a very casual MCU Marvel movie fan, because it's never been like, the Marvel movies have never really like captured my attention the way they probably would have a long time ago when I was younger. I will also say this, being fair, I wish they had movies like this when I was a kid. I wish they had movies like this when I was into comic books and whatever. Um, for me personally, this movie had a couple of things going against it. One was I'm not a huge fan of Spider-Man. I never have been. One of the very first Spider-Man movie is one of my favorite comic book movies of all time, but that's only because it was the first one that made it look real.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not because I like
Well,
Spider-Man. It's because it was one of the first comic book movies where they made shit look real. Okay,
well,
specifically like
here's my
characters like
question.
Spider-Man.
Because you said you enjoyed Tobey Maguire. Were you happy to at least see him?
Yes, and yeah,
Yeah.
here's the thing, like, and this kind of harkens back to the Easter egg thing. There were a couple of cool moments, yes. Like when Tobey Maguire showed up, yes, that was a cool moment. But then that moment was over. And it was like 2 minutes later, they were on to the fucking next thing. And it's like there was no real other than enjoying the moment in the moment. That was it. And it just very quickly moved on. And it just kind of just started getting old. It was just Easter egg after Easter egg. And if you didn't watch 15 different fucking Marvel movies, you might miss fucking something over here. And it's like, dude, I didn't give a fuck about any of that. I just wanted to see a goddamn good story. Except I saw that story 2 fucking years ago when it was animated. This was literally just a live action fucking into
It
the
was the
Spider-Verse.
I have to agree. It really is the same thing. It doesn't
The
change
villain,
my. I mean,
yeah,
you do have to say one thing. The one thing that I really do, because I've been on the Marvel kick, me and my wife, and we watched Shang-Chi,
right.
and that movie was so goddamn good, like so damn good.
I am never opposed to checking some of these things out.
Yeah,
Like, I mean,
I now the thing about
you know,
Shang-Chi was that it was a different type of Marvel movie. It really,
right.
it was the first full Asian Marvel film, and it actually was very special. It was very, very good.
And
And
I'm not. You will never hear me say that they can't do stuff the right way because Marvel has made a couple of really really good movies.
yeah,
Okay, I'm
yeah.
not. And here's the other thing. Here's the other thing. You know, one more thing out of Jay's ranting mouth, and then I will pull back to a little bit more of a positive mindset here. The villains pissed me the fuck off because A, it was the fucking same ones we'd already seen before, and then B, the fucking best one wasn't in the fucking movie. And if you count fucking 10 seconds in the fucking post credits for the best Spider-Man villain of all time to not be in this fucking movie,
He's
you can
coming.
also fucking eat my ass.
Did you?
Venom was
Okay.
a no-show.
Did
Venom was a
you?
no-show.
Did you stay for
Okay.
the
Yeah,
post credit?
stayed for all of it.
Okay,
Stayed for all of
so
it.
what are
Don't
your
care.
thoughts?
Like,
You
don't care.
but wait a minute, you liked WandaVision, didn't you?
No, man. It fell off. I watched like an episode and a half, dude. And like I didn't make it through Loki. I made it through Winter Soldier and what's his dick? What's the Winter Soldier?
Falcon.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I made it through that shit. Okay, didn't make it through Loki, didn't make it through WandaVision. Like that's what I'm saying, dude. Like they didn't, dude. They weren't, dude. Jay didn't bite the fucking the bait in the lake, man. You ain't like Marvel ain't getting me with a hook on this. They literally wasted like a whole movie. Didn't and Venom was a fucking no show, dude. Like the single best Spider-Man villain ever is Venom, and I'll fucking fight you over that. I'll fight anybody over that. Like Venom is like the pinnacle of Spider-Man villains. And he had like a 2-minute fucking outro in the credits, dude. Like, get the fuck out of me.
He's coming. He's
Sucked,
coming.
dude.
Oh well,
Fuck
look.
that movie, dude. Fuck that
While
movie.
we're still talking about Marvel, real quick, Hawkeye
Please.
just finished. I'm not going to spoil anything for Hawkeye because I personally think it was a really good show. It was a Christmas show. On top of that, Rockefeller Center gets fucked up, and I'm trying so hard not to spoil this one
Dude,
thing.
that would be so cool if that fucking tree was on fire. That'd be badass.
Oh, like the one
The Rockefeller
like the fox tree, like the fox tree that got lit up.
Like light that bitch on fire, dude. Like some fucking like, yeah.
You know,
right?
it would be really cool to see that. I mean, I thought that was going to be the next thing, and I'm trying so hard not to spoil who the fucking villain is in this show because look, Charlie Cox is back. Okay, he's back as the Daredevil. We saw him in. It's not going to be long until we see Punisher, but
I don't
fuck,
see
guys,
man.
if you don't want to know about this, guys, if you guys are gonna watch Hawkeye, I'm about to spoil it for you right now. No balls.
The balls, bet you won't do it.
The Kingpin is the villain in Hawkeye.
Yeah. Yeah. And Matt Murdock. Yeah. And Matt Murdock makes a very brief appearance in Spider-Man. And this to me does not bode well for the Punisher. For me,
I really
I'm
think.
not.
Well, they're gonna
I'm not looking.
soften. Look, they're gonna
And
soften him up for Disney. You know this. Look at what they does. Look at what they just did with their
they could have.
logo in the comic
They
books.
could have. They could have taken him. Hard PG-13, kind of the way it was, into the R realm. Which they kind of were doing when they gave him his own standalone show, right?
Yeah.
And I do not see them like they have. This is the fourth time they've tried the Punisher. This is the fourth time they've tried the Punisher. It's the fourth time something has gotten in the fucking way. Whether the movie or the TV series was good or whatever, this is the fourth time they tried something. This is the fourth time they fucking failed, and something fucked it up. And I don't believe, even if John Bernthal comes back as the Punisher, I don't know that I'm going to be into it enough to watch it, because I don't trust it anymore. I do not trust any version of the Punisher that is not like hard R. The Punisher should be a hard R rated.
I agree.
Anything. That character is not a fucking hero. He needs to be treated with gloves, basically. Like, you need to hold him because it's hot. That's a hot bowl of soup. You know what I mean? Like, you don't fucking put your bare hands on a hot bowl of soup, right? That's the Punisher. And all I see is the fucking mouse and Luke Skywalker and fucking Thanos taking a lightsaber to the fucking Punisher's dick so they can make the mouse more fucking money. Okay, like, I don't agree with it, and I think they're going in a terrible direction. And this movie, this No Way Home with Spider-Man, this live action movie, in my head, is proving my own point for me, I guess. Like, and maybe I live in my own echo chamber up here in all the broken glass that like is up inside between my ears. Okay, but my opinion is they're the next stage of the Marvel Comics universe is on a heavily downward trend right now, because they're I don't even know what the fuck that was supposed to be. I really, really don't. Other than a fucking 2.5 hour Easter egg hunt. I just didn't. It just so did not live up to the hype for me. Just did not live up to the fucking hype, dude. Like, at all.
And you will be ostracized for this, just so you know. Not by me. Not by me.
Oh no. Like, oh fucking no. Like, I didn't like the movie with a bitch ass fucking main character like Peter Parker. Oh, whatever will I do?
So now, so we saw The Matrix.
We did.
And I mean, it was probably a very interesting way to write a fourth movie for a series that's been around for a long time.
Been around for 25 years.
Yeah.
Been around for almost 25 years.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of interesting fights about it, a lot of interesting opinions about how this film was made, if it made sense. If you don't mind, I'll go first real quick.
Please do, because I have my own opinions, but I just ranted about Spider-Man for fucking 10 minutes.
So I went into the movie thinking, okay, we're getting a whole different type of Matrix. They're gonna continue the story. The Matrix is back. Awesome. And when we're going oh, by the way, guys, this is also going to be spoiler filled as well. And it was so interesting because it starts off, everything seems normal, and then you realize that everything is not what it seems, and everything is still continuing. That the deal was broken. Which and they dealt with a lot of things that had to deal with the war, the Civil War, them coming back, them hiding, our main characters, and then going off fucking meta and talking about people like us who soak this shit in every single time. And I almost felt like it was kind of like, a drag at us, at society, at the people.
I'm pretty sure that's exactly what it was.
Yeah, and that instance of the film made me like it even more.
Okay.
Because it was so meta. We have Thomas Anderson, who is now
Mr. Anderson.
Who's a game developer, which I thought was so cool. There was a lot of really cool like Easter egg things in there.
I will say I did like going back towards the beginning of it, and as we're kind of like slowly getting more information going into the movie, you know, first 30, 40 minutes of it, I did like kind of like the direction they started going in. Like the Matrix is a little bit different, but functionally kind of the same. Some of the programs are able to come back, you know what I mean? And things are not quite what they seem after the events of Matrix Revolutions. I liked that part for sure. Please continue, John. Please continue.
Yeah, I did. I love that a lot. I also found it interesting that this time they weren't lying to anybody about the Matrix. Everyone was full aware of what was going
Mm-hmm.
on. And
Mm-hmm.
again, it plays into that thing that people are just used to it. People have just conformed to the idea that we're just sucked into the
That was
Matrix.
that was a plot point in the very first Matrix. That's why you die if you get unplugged without coming out of the Matrix. If you get unplugged, you die.
Yeah.
That was an exact plot point because your brain and your body are basically hooked on the Matrix. So if you get unplugged in the real world while you're still plugged into the Matrix, you die. Like it immediately severs your connection to the real world because that's how hooked your body is on
Yeah.
that shit, right? So like I'm with that particular little plot twist you're talking about, like I'm okay with that too. Like cuz that it
Yep.
makes sense. It made sense. It made logical
Now,
sense.
there
Go
were
ahead.
some things I was kind of confused about. One thing that I really enjoyed, but was still kind of confused about, is this character right here, Morpheus.
Mhm.
Morpheus, this Yahya Abdul Mateen was amazing. He was amazing, and what they did with his character and what they do with like kind of how they integrate the programs with the real world and
Mhm.
how he acted as Morpheus was really good. Now, a lot of people were confused. Oh, why wouldn't you just bring back, Lawrence Fishburne? Obviously, that is the question. Why wouldn't you come back with Lawrence Fishburne? But then, they came in with the thing. Oh, it's a different code and all this stuff, which I thought was pretty interesting. But at the same time, I still feel that they could have brought him back, even though they did kind of brought him back in a way.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
In a way,
yeah, and that's my big hang up. My big hang up with this movie was I felt like I watched it for probably the first 2 hours. It's about 2.5 hours long. It's a little bit of a longer movie. Same with Spider-Man No Way Home. It's about 2.5 hours. It's a little bit of a longer movie. Once we got about to the 2 hour mark, I was like, okay, how are they going to wrap this up? We got about
yeah,
30 minutes left. How are they going to wrap this up? And I wasn't a fan of how they wrapped it up. I was like, fuck. You fucking had me. You had me the whole fucking time, like the whole fucking first 2 hours. You had me, and like you literally had me. And those last 30 minutes is where they lost me. And I was
yeah,
like, motherfucker, dude, like motherfucker. Because I kind of liked where they were going with it. I kind of
yeah.
liked the idea of the machines, a machine human alliance, and then the machines over here, and then the other humans over here, and it was kind of like who was on
Yeah,
whose side.
yeah.
I kind of liked where they were going with all that, and then the last 30 minutes they were just like meh, and I was like,
They shit on
that
us.
was it. That was fucking it. Like fuck,
Yeah, yeah.
fuck, you
Those
know.
last 30 minutes were very confusing because I felt like, yeah, it wasn't a bad ending, but at
It
the same
wasn't,
time,
but it,
I feel like there was so much more that they could have explained, but
thank
the
you. There
movie
was so
was
much.
a
There was so much more they could have done. I mean,
yeah,
there was about 10 with everything they used the first 2 hours to kind of set up the story with. There was about 10,000 different ways they could have gone with it, and they picked the most. I would what I would call the safest. They picked the safest route possible.
yeah,
They picked the safest route possible instead of going further and really pushing boundaries, and like they could have made it a lot cooler than they did. And that's why like on my scale, this one's going to get like a 6, maybe 7 out of 10, somewhere in that
I
ballpark.
it's
Like
got for me, it's got a 7.5, a seven and a
yeah,
half.
I
One,
would probably comfortably give it like a 6.57. Like I
yeah,
really would. Like
I I,
it
I
was
will say
it was a
though,
good movie. It was a good movie. I didn't feel like I wasted my time, but the ending was kind of a big letdown. I was like, "Ah." I was like, "Is it really you went basic bitch with the ending? You just went
yeah,
basic
yeah.
bitch?"
It
You know,
and
like
and
you,
it's funny because there was another after credit. There was an after credit scene after that, which it again
right.
laughing at us. pretty much
Right.
like laughing at the fact that they purposely made this ending this way.
It was we were sitting there in Baskin Robbins, dude. We tried freaking all 31 flavors leading up to fucking the last 30 minutes, and then it was fucking vanilla for the last 30 minutes, dude. And it was like you spent all that time like kind of like explaining and re-explaining shit, and we finished with vanilla. Like we finished in the we finished in the missionary position basically.
Yeah.
Like that. Okay, oh, boring. You know what I mean? Like boring.
Yeah,
Like,
and what's really cool too is that I've had many conversations, and I'm a huge Matrix fan, and I am a huge Terminator fan. Um, a lot of people connect these two movies together, which I mean, in a way, if you could kind of relate the two together because we're talking about machine versus man and things like that, and sometimes the machine always goes to the other side with the human sometimes, and that's okay. But there is a strong indication that the Matrix movies are a possible prequel to the Terminator movies. And it kind
wouldn't
of
that
makes
be
sense.
wouldn't the Terminator movies be a prequel to the Matrix?
Oh,
Term-
that's what I meant. I flipped it. My bad. Fucking find me.
August 29th, 1997, man. The whole world's gonna have a bad fucking day. Sarah Connor said that shit, bro.
Yeah,
That
I
was
mean,
1997, homie. That was like 25 fucking years ago.
yeah. So I mean, well, there's a whole, whatever, and also there's a new Terminator game coming out from the Dark Fate series, which I thought was fucking terrible. I hated that last Terminator movie, but whatever. I also watched another movie this morning with my wife. We haven't finished it. Once we're done with this show, we're gonna go back and finish it. It's called Don't Look Up. So far, I've watched about maybe like a half hour, 45 minutes to an hour. It
Mm-hmm.
is wild. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys, obviously. We've spoiled enough today. But a comet is coming to Earth. And so far, what I've gotten from this movie is that it shows exactly how the media will react into something like this. And there's probably like things like this going on in the Earth right now. Okay, like for example, climate change. And it's so like, I guess like funny that Leonardo DiCaprio is doing a movie like this because he's so obsessed with climate change that he would do a movie like this about a comet coming to kill the Earth. That's a 9-kilometer comet we're talking about. So I mean, so far the movie looks good. We're gonna finish it once we're done here today. It looks hilarious. It's got a full on cast: Leonardo DiCaprio, Jonah Hill, Kate Blanchett, Jennifer Lawrence. Who else? Who? Meryl Streep, Meryl Streep, Ron Perlman. There's a lot of people in this movie, so I mean, go check that out. Yeah, man. I mean,
Good.
we're this year there's been a lot of good movies,
Mm-hmm.
lots of good music, a lot of good
Oh, yeah.
TV shows came out. Some really bad TV shows come out. We're still waiting for The Boys season 3.
We are. We got teased though. We got teased with it, so it's
Yeah,
coming.
yeah, that's
It's
coming.
coming.
I mean, we covered a lot. We covered a lot of shit this year.
We did well, and this was a very kind of low watermark for probably like our country, and this has been kind of a low watermark year for one of the lowest watermark years our country has had probably in quite some time, coming out of coronavirus last year. And people are looking for stuff to you know entertain them and escape their day-to-day grind with, you know what I mean. And some of the stuff that's coming out is very, very good. It's very artistic. It's breaking new ground and whatever. And a lot of the stuff is just retreaded, reheated, reserved bullshit. And it's like this is why I don't go and see movies in movie theaters very often. This is why I just wait till shit comes out on TV. You know what I mean? Because what's the fucking point? If I'm just gonna end up wasting my fucking time and my hard earned fucking money on popcorn at a fucking movie theater, why not just do that at the fucking house? If the movie is only gonna fucking not suck by like half. You know what I mean? And yeah, so I don't know, man. Like I know there's good movies out there, but it doesn't seem to me that the good movies are the ones that are getting pushed. Like The movie, they're just wanting people. They really just want people's money. They don't really give a fuck about the content or the quality anymore. You know.
What was some? What was some? Because I know there were a couple movies that you enjoyed this year. What were some good ones that you enjoyed? I know we covered a bunch of them too. We covered a lot of movies as well. That.
Oh fuck, man! I
Well, how
don't know.
about TV shows? Are TV shows easier?
Might be a little easier as of recently.
Yeah.
We just got into season 2 of The Witcher. We started season 2 of The Witcher last night. Witcher's fucking awesome. That's fun. That's a fun fucking TV show. Yellowstone up to this point is still kind of doing it for me. I don't. That's more of a fucking soap opera. I mean, that's not going to be for everybody. That's more of just a fucking soap opera set in fucking the New West, out
Listen,
in Montana.
It's Kevin Costner, man.
I mean, yeah, it's like fucking. I mean, that one's okay. Fuck, man. As far as movies, dude, like, man, I don't know, man. Like, that's what dude. Shit's not even sticking out in my head right now. Like, I'm literally racking my brain right now. I'm like, what the
Yeah.
fuck was a good movie that I fucking have seen recently? Like, that, like actually made me give a fuck, to recommend it to somebody or whatever. And I'm like, I don't know.
Movies are actually kind of hard. TV shows I could actually name a few. Like, well, one you gave me Dark.
Dark was awesome. Yeah,
Me and my wife we swam through that show. Amazing show. Dexter. Right now, Dexter is back, and Dexter is amazing. I think that was a pretty good show that came back this year. That a lot of people like myself were excited for. And actually, it's funny because that's probably the goriest thing that you'll catch me watch too. Oh man, what other good shows came out this year we got previews for the Batman. We got ready for the Batman. We got
yeah.
Shang-Chi. We had all these great Marvel TV shows in the beginning of the year, which we conversed about earlier. Here, baby. But yeah, it's been a good year, man. There's been a lot of good stuff in that. I mean, yeah, man.
Do you think from what you've seen, are you going to go see the new Batman in the theater?
Oh yeah.
You think so?
I'm in the theaters. I don't think we've ever not watched the Batman in the theaters, right? I think we've seen every single Batman movie in the theaters, and
yeah.
This
see,
one,
after this Spiderman movie, I'm going to be a lot more careful about fucking watching comic movies in the theater, dude.
Okay, but we're talking about. Look, Spider-Man's a fucking pussy. Okay.
So is Bruce Wayne.
We're talking Bruce Wayne. Whoa. You just called Bruce Wayne a pussy?
Yeah, he's a fucking pussy. He's a
okay.
Bitch.
Hold up now.
Oh, we can do this all day, dude.
Get the Spire.
It's like Bruce Wayne, and Tony Stark. Again, wrong message to be sending to children. Like billionaires that think they know better than fucking cops, and they've got money to fucking like pay for fucking gadgets and pay people to fucking build those gadgets. At least in the old school comics, Batman built all of his fucking own shit. In the new shit, he's just a fucking rich asshole, and everybody else does it fucking for him.
He does shit for the people. Maybe not Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck is all depressed and shit.
Yeah, so do law enforcement agencies, right? Like, I mean, that's like
so. But wait a minute, you're talking about a man.
Yeah,
even a man who puts a suit on with the nipples on it.
Yeah,
to fight crime.
Yeah, he sounds like a fucking crazy person.
He's definitely crazy.
Person.
He's definitely crazy.
I wouldn't trust that motherfucker to make goddamn fucking like instant noodles. Okay, like, are you kidding me, dude? Like, well, because you're rich and you have gadgets, you get to go fucking fight crime now. Fuck you. I'd be one of those goons fucking like taking pop shots at Batman with a fucking M4, dude, because fuck that guy, dude. I'd shoot that asshole too.
And you know what? Batman would catch it. He would catch it.
I'm sure he would
catch it. Okay.
I'm sure he would.
We're gonna and I'm gonna see this new Batman because they're building a whole world out of this. Okay. Colin Farrell is coming back as Penguin for the TV show. All right. Jim Gordon is African American. Okay. I can't stress enough how awesome this is. For me, this is exciting for me to see Jim Gordon as an African American. It is exciting for me to see Bruce Wayne be influenced by Kurt Cobain, as said by by the director. This Bruce Wayne is Kurt Cobain. We have a different type of Batman. We have different types of villains. I don't know why Colin Farrell looks the way he does, but he does.
I love you deeply, John, but yeah,
I know, and I love you too, Jay.
You're not selling me on this shit. You're not selling me on this shit. Like,
you know how I'm going to sell you? This is going to be the most violent Batman that's out there. That's how I'm going to sell you.
I'll give you that part, but I mean, fuck, dude. Like, Kurt Cobain is like the last person I want fucking influencing like one of my fucking heroes.
Why?
Oh, I don't know why.
You don't think a dark decrepit soul like Bruce Wayne
Where's Kurt Cobain right now? Like, where did he go? Oh, that's right. He fucking died like 26 fucking years ago, and he hasn't fucking been around. Like, that's why. Like, that's why.
Now, Kurt Cobain is not a hero. He's not a hero. But the mentality of a broken man. The mentality of a broken man really serves the character of Bruce Wayne.
I don't necessarily disagree with that. I don't necessarily disagree with that aspect of it. Yeah. Robble.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Year in review, and right. I'm gonna have a celebratory blunt here, because I have to say, man.
I've watched Deshaun. I've watched a couple of the Arkham games. I've watched a couple of them. I've watched friends play them. I've never played them. Like, I'm legitimately not a fan of Batman. Like, I root for fucking Batman's villains because I don't like him. I don't like Batman as a character. I don't like Superman as a character.
Superman's
I don't like. I do not like fucking Spiderman. I think fucking Tony Stark is a bitch too. Like, there are a lot of like very out there fucking characters that are very popular right now that even when I was a kid reading comic books, I did not like them. I did not buy their shit. Like, I thought they were goons. They were goons, and they're goons, and they're being passed off as fucking superheroes. I fucking hate that shit.
So, like he says, so anyone who has man in their name, you're just not a fan of it.
They're goons. They're just fucking goons.
That's funny.
Fucking Thor's a fucking goon. He's like a god of another fucking like planet and race, and like he gets to fucking come to our fucking planet because he has powers and fucking just do whatever the fuck he wants. Fucking Hulk is this fucking like bipolar fucking asshole on fucking steroids. He gets to wreck shit, and everybody else gets to clean up his fucking mess.
So are you a fan of the Suicide Squad then?
No, because they're fucking goons too. They're just fucking assholes. They're all just a bunch of fucking ass. Dude, they're fucking bitch. They're all bitches, dude. Like, and they all get the. I would love to play I'll play the round where they kill Superman fucking over and over again. I'll play that shit. I'll play that one fucking level.
Well, the game is called The Suicide Squad Kills Superman or something like that. Or
good. I hope they do. And then I hope the fucking government sends a nuke to where they are and nukes them when they finish Superman off. That'd be the greatest ending to the fucking game ever.
This is why I like the X-Men. But yeah, man. So do you remember when we kind of rebooted everything, right?
Yeah.
So we started in April.
Okay.
It was like sometime in April or something like that. And I mean, what's very interesting is that during that time we didn't know what to do, but you guys, Deshaun, Cairo, Ronnie J, and the rest, you guys hung out. You guys, saw what was happening, and you guys stuck it out, and we all hung out together. We laughed together, and we all helped each other build a brand new foundation. And I don't want to speak for Jay, but I think it's safe to say that we've been very grateful for everything that you guys did for us.
110 fucking percent. 110 fucking percent. That's the whole idea behind us kind of like restarting and recharging what we're doing, not only here on the podcast, but on the DD214 gaming page itself, is to freaking make sure that everybody has like that outlet. You are allowed to share one of your streams or one of a stream of one of your buddies, something veteran related every single day on our page. At least you can share it once a day. You got one shot every day, every 24 hours. You can do it every 24 hours if you want. We don't care. We want you guys to meet each other and have a place to play, people to meet that are playing the games you're playing, sharing streams, jumping in, interacting with each other. That was the whole purpose that was the whole purpose at the beginning. We kind of got away from it for just a little bit. I mean, Corona really fucked a lot of shit up, but that's also kind of how DD214 gaming kind of had its genesis in a way anyway. So it only makes sense.
That's when I came in.
Yeah. I mean, it's really, and honestly, John, I wasn't that far ahead of you. I really was not that far ahead of you. I think I was only ahead of you by about somewhere between 2 and 4 weeks, if that.
Oh, no shit.
Was not that far ahead of you. Like, and really what it comes down to is we want it to be a fucking community, not, the admins and everybody else. You know what I mean? That is not the idea behind the page. It's not the idea behind the community. We want the community to interact with each other. We want the community to police itself. I don't want to be the fucking asshole fucking swinging a band hammer on a fucking stupid fucking Facebook page because that's fucking ridiculous. You know what I mean? So, and I'm glad we got a chance to do this. I really, really am. Like, and I'm glad that we've kept it going, and I'm glad there's people like Deshaun and Cairo and Ronnie J. And I think we've added like 15 people in like the last 2 weeks, like minimum.
Actually, that number has gone up to like almost 30.
Well, there you go. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, more people are seeing stuff, and it's slowly but surely seeping out there. And that's what we want for the community. Like, the community should be involved with itself. We are just kind of like out here just providing content and entertainment. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the idea behind it, is that the community provides, for itself at the end of the day, basically. Like, when it's 3:00 in the morning and you ain't got nobody to play with, fucking put something out there and fucking hit somebody up so we can hang out in game when a couple of us are up at 3:00 in the fucking morning.
And if you've noticed, there's been a lot more interaction the last couple of weeks.
There's been a lot more. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. And it is very cool to see our people coming together and talking and saying, "Hey, I play this, I play that." We had one of our new members who travels with his family. Actually, no, I'm wrong. I don't think he travels with his family, but he was a big streamer. He's a big retro gamer with his family.
Cool.
Living that RV life, and like they do content and stuff, and
fuck yeah.
having someone like him in the group is it's awesome to have, because we get to learn of everyone else's lifestyles and experiences and cultures, and that's what we want. We want to learn about it, and I learned so much being a part of DD214 in general, which
it's just
I have to say.
It's just like when we're in the service, man. It doesn't matter which branch you're in. Like, you get that. You're gonna, regardless of what branch of service you ever sign up for, you're gonna get that eclectic, jambalaya of humanity from the United States. You know what I mean? It's like everybody goes into the same bowl when you serve, and you have to meet and interact with people that you probably never would have met or interacted with previously in your life. And our community is exactly the same. Like, our community is exactly the same. It is a hodgepodge of humanity from all across the United States. People that have served, people that support, people in their lives that served, whatever. We are veteran centric page, but we're not veteran only. So you don't have to have served or ever done anything to be a part of our community. We just ask for support from everybody. And we are extremely diverse as fuck. We don't care where you come from. We don't care what you do, as long as you do it within the confines of ethics and morals.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what your race or sexuality or gender or fucking whatever is. Like, we don't give a fuck about that shit. We want you to be you within our community, and have a stable group to go to when you need help, and when you need people out there for you. So that's the ultimate idea, and I'm glad we hit the reset button earlier this year, and it has been a hell of a year, John. It has been a
It
hell of a
really
year.
has. It really has. And I mean, and I have to talk about this because this really comes full circle too. I was brought into the group by our producer Joe,
Right,
and he actually wasn't in the group for a long time, and it all comes full circle that because now he is a part of the show,
right.
and I can't thank you enough for having me join this group of people because dude, like I would have never found them if it wasn't for you.
Well, and we wouldn't be doing this
So I
podcast.
appreciate
Well,
exactly.
John, we wouldn't be doing this podcast if it wasn't for you. So,
Yeah.
I mean, like, what was that old Cypress Hill song? Like, what go around, come around? You know what I mean? Like, what go around, come
Yeah.
around, kid.
And one of my favorite things I like to talk about too is that this isn't what the show was supposed to be.
Originally, no, it was not.
This
Originally,
wasn't.
no.
I wasn't even supposed to be a host, and
You were gonna be doing more of what Joe's doing.
yeah, and it turned into what it turned into, and to do this, we treat it like work. It's not work because it's
Right.
fun,
It is. I look forward to this every Sunday morning. Like, I
It's
really,
like
really, I really, really fucking do.
yeah, and even if
Like,
it's like the same 3 or 4 people,
hmm?
64 people, one person. I love doing it. I don't give a
Yep.
shit.
Agreed.
This is fun. I love coming on here with you every Sunday, and
We'll get to that. We'll get to that in a minute, Deshaun. We'll get to that in a minute. Go ahead, John.
and it's so cool, man. To be able to do this because this is the project that worked. This is the baby that stood around. It's been consistent. I've worked on all my shows with Joe, and for my wife has helped me with one of them too. And we just for it's we tried,
Mhm.
and I can't help but be more grateful for what we've been able to build, and then to include the people around us to be a part of that, like our spouses, to be a part of it and to help us out the way that they have and to be supportive to
I
give us
don't.
this time every Sunday.
I don't have words. I do not have words, and words don't exist in the English language as many hundreds of thousands of words that the English language has. I do not have words for how much I've been given by my significant other and how much Nikki has done for me in the last year. Um, if we weren't doing our thing right now, not only myself but my children as well. We would be in an entirely different place in the world right now if it wasn't for her. And I'm very, very grateful. Obviously to her being in my life. I'm grateful to people like you, John. I'm semi grateful for Joe. He's all right, but we'll see. We'll give him a couple more episodes before we officially fire him for good. But we'll see. I'm semi grateful for Joe, but 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 no, like I'm grateful for even in moments of chaos and discord, and when we don't know what the fuck life is going to be bringing us in the next 24, 48, 3 weeks, 2 years, whatever. What you end up relying on is the people in your life that you love and that you trust. And when when you start getting into those trust things, um, sometimes it's hard to know who you can trust and who it's safe to love because you've been hurt, because you've been, you know, the metaphorical sledgehammer of life has hit you hard so many times already. And the reality is we all need people that we can lean on. We all need people that we can go to in times of need. And when we are hurting and when we are just otherwise not ourselves. And that's gaming is a great fucking medium for that. That's why I love gaming. I know it's why a lot of other people love gaming. And and that's kind of where we're at. You know what I mean? And that's what this community is supposed to be. The podcast originally, it started off as just we were having so much fun in the middle of our gaming sessions that we were all drinking. The ones that were able to smoke were smoking and drinking. You know what I mean? Like we're all carrying on, having a great time, and we had good chemistry. And we were like, man, we should just do a fucking podcast and just drink and smoke and talk and drink and know things. You know what I mean? And it started off as just literally for entertainment purposes only, like literally for entertainment purposes only. You know, just a bunch of like semi middle-aged dudes just laughing or freaking or soak on and just have fun. You know, as a veteran gaming community, just sit around the fire and share stories. You know, with a beer in your hand. You know, that's kind of what this podcast kind of started as, but what it started becoming so much more. So John had a great idea at the very beginning, like, let's talk about some gaming news, let's talk about some military news. You know, we made sure we kept the final thought in there, and now all of a sudden we have a formula, and now that became the formula for our show. And then when me and John hit the reset button this year, we streamlined that formula to making sure we knew or had an idea what we were going to talk about at the beginning, you know, what we're going to talk about in the middle, and then what we're going to talk about that was going to take us into our final thought. And that's kind of what we've run with for the last 30-40 weeks. So most of this year, you know, what is this, episode 39? This is 39, right?
39.
So yeah, so episode 1 of season 3 is technically going to be episode 40 of season 2, right? So that's like for the last 40 weeks, that's 10 months. For the last 10 months, we've been going kind of balls out, trying to streamline our product basically for this community, so that we can continue branching out, so we can continue reaching people, so we can continue building the community, so that not only people where we're from in the United States, but also people around the world can have a community to game with and to reach out to and to hang out with, and that there will always be somebody there 24 hours a day if you need them. And that's really what our community is for. At the end of the day, this is not the fucking John and Jay show. Okay, that's not what it was ever supposed to be. We're just two assholes that are willing to put ourselves out there. That's about all that comes down to. It could be two of anybody in the community, but it was me and John because we were willing to put ourselves out there. So that's what we did. That doesn't make us better or worse than anybody. That's just what happened when it was happening. That's all it was. So,
yeah. And in saying all that, what's really cool is that now we've built the foundation. Now it's time to put the brick down. So with the brick coming down,
now it's time to start building the motherfucking house. That's right.
Yeah. So you guys, you know, you guys have been around. You guys have been watching the last couple of weeks. You know what's happened. This year was a big year for us. We got sponsored. We did
get sponsored. By the way, I'm going to talk to my cousin. My cousin makes salsa.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he's got a salsa. It's actually, his salsa is sold in fucking grocery stores out here. But I'm gonna ask my cousin about being able to like plug his shit on here and like if he cares or whatever. So like, he made a new one. It's a ghost pepper salsa. I've got it in the fridge right fucking now, dude. Like yeah.
Ghost pepper. And you know Deshaun's loving that. You know he's loving that. He loves his food.
Dude.
Yeah, and you know, and with saying that, you know, we're hoping to work with. I think it's safe to say we are going to be working with Deshaun soon with the Paleo Giants. So look forward to stuff with that. I mean, shit, you know, we had some of our best guests this year. We had some really good guests. We got sponsored. We got, man, what the hell happened?
We had some like straight up like local celebrities like on our show this year. We had Chris Patterson, author. We had Pablo Martinez featured on Force and Fire. We had Doc Shupp, you know, local celebrity from New Jersey. You know what I mean? Who were you going to say? I'm sorry.
Dre 41, game developer.
41. We had Dre 41.
And this next season is not going to be any different, guys. Any different. We have a real
hacker. Deshaun said the hacker. That poor guy. I still feel bad for that. I still feel bad for him because he was like, he's a hacker, but like he was having technical issues. So it kind of just turned it. I feel bad for him, dude. I feel so bad for him. Like I still feel bad because we really did not get to even pick his brain really because he kept.
We do know one thing: they do it because they can.
They do it because they can, right? I mean, which is functionally why a lot of us join the military. I mean, isn't that correct? I mean, that's like I'm doing it because I can. Like, right? Like, I'm just gonna go 7,000 miles away and shoot some guns for a while. Because I can. Because I can.
Yep. And
So,
and with the house being built, there's gonna be some cool stuff coming, guys. I mean, holy
it's
shit.
coming. I came across all of my I have all of my old Xboxes sitting about 25 feet and 10 feet below where I am right now. I'm going to be getting out a lot of stuff. I'm going to be setting up TVs, finding cords to consoles, finding controllers for consoles, and making sure that everything still works, and double checking and rechecking shit. And I am hoping in the next 168 hours to be back online and hopefully with a Game Pass and ready to,
Oh shit.
ready to start spending, hopefully about an hour or two a day on my gaming hobby, outside of taking care of the family and taking care of, personal business that needs to be taken care of, obviously after moving halfway across the country. Right. But I'm hoping to be able to spend more time with the community outside of this podcast and honestly, like Joe's right. Like I want to fucking nerd out on this shit. Like I really do. Like there's stuff we can do. And this year we hit the reset button. We just didn't have a lot of time. Now the reset button has been hit and now we've got time.
And
So
nothing but.
let's freaking let's go into 2022 with a positive mental attitude and let's kick some fucking ass the way ass should be fucking kicked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
man. And before we get into our sponsorships real quick, I just want to say we'll get real quick for New Year's. As our final episode. This is our final episode of the year of the season. I that sounded very dreadful for a second. I want to say thank you to you, Joe, for being such a big help.
absolutely.
Jay, for being such a good partner. I want to personally thank my wife. She's been there. She's been so supportive of the whole thing. When I first started this, there have been times where I've been so aggravated because of how my computer has been. You guys have seen it, and she has done
Very
so.
patient. She's been
She's
very
been
patient.
she's been very patient with me.
Very patient.
She's found ways to help me calm down in ways that I couldn't even find myself. And this whole year was a big come up. And she wrote the DD214 12 Days of Christmas, which
She
was
did. That
fucking
was amazing, by the
fantastic.
way. That was actually like it was a pleasure like attempting to sing that like in some kind of meaningful way, but it was fun. That was a lot of fun, and she did a great job on those fucking lyrics. She
Yeah,
really did.
I wanna thank you. I want to thank you, Nikki, and your family for allowing my wife and my family to come to your home this year. This that was a very special thing for us to do,
That
and
was our pleasure.
I appreciate that. And next year, it's gonna be even fucking better. We
Absolutely.
have a whole crew now, and
Yeah, we do.
I couldn't thank you enough. Deshaun, I can't thank you enough. Cairo,
Doc
um,
Shup just said
Doc
congratulations.
Shup,
Hey man, good to
thank
see you,
you.
Doc. Good to see you, brother.
And Doc Shup, I just want to say what you did for as Army Santa yesterday and throughout this weekend for the kids was amazing. What you did this year alone, Doc, especially for me and my family, like you do every year. Thank you. This whole year has been, everyone has their ups and downs. There was more ups than downs this year, and
Good.
I
That
thank
is
you
good to
all,
hear.
and I
That is
thank
good to hear.
and I thank you all. And I'm looking forward to this next year on the DD214 podcast. I'm looking forward to this next year with my family. There's a lot of changes. I'm very excited for you, Joe, and I'm very excited for you, Jay, to see what the future comes for you guys. So, whatever you got, and then we'll get into the sponsors, man.
Hey, I don't have much. I except a lot of gratitude as well. Like I think you nailed it. Like hammer meat head of nail. You know what I mean? That was perfect. Like it's gratitude. 2021, just gratitude. People in the army that allowed me to do some stuff while I was still in. That gave me more time. Gave me more time while I was processing getting out and figuring out what the fuck I was gonna do in my life, getting out. People in my life, like my girlfriend, who has basically just given me the opportunity to land in a very stable and safe place and be able to dry my wings off and kick some mud off of my boots, that I've been tracking around for 12 years that I was serving. And now I can re-enter the civilian world from a stable foundation and not kind of fucking crash land back into life the way I crash landed into the Army. You know what I mean? And my girlfriend Nikki is the direct reason I'm able to do that. She's the only reason I'm able to do that. If I didn't have my girlfriend right now, I'd be somewhere and I'd be doing this podcast right now, but it wouldn't be where the fuck we're doing it from, and I wouldn't be in the position that I'm doing it from in. So that's, this is not a time in life to rest on your laurels. Obviously, it's not a time in life to get lazy, but having people in your life that believe in you and trust you and say, like, I know you're going to be okay. Like people having faith in you works wonders, and that's why I've never understood NCOs, non-commissioned officers in the Army, when they tear their soldiers down without building them back up. And it's like, everybody gets torn down. It doesn't matter where you're at in life, you will get torn down someday. And if you don't have people that you care about and people that care about you and people that love you building you back up, you just kind of stay torn down and you get used to wallowing in the mud for a while, in the muck and the mire, and life starts to suck shit. And it's not fun anymore. And I'm looking forward to next year being a lot of fun because I have people in my life, and I'm very fortunate to have people in my life that believe in me. And I've got two little girls that constitute a no-fail mission in my life. Like, I have to like survive now until they're like married or some shit. Like, so kind of a double-edged sword. Like, I get to see my kids grow up, and then I have to live on this earth for like that long, but whatever, we'll figure it out. Okay. We'll figure it out. Right. But my children are a no-fail mission. So having the stability to land in a place like Kansas City and get my feet back on the ground and restart my life after exiting active duty service, having people like you in my life, John and Frenchie and Joe, our producer, and a lot of people that we've never really talked about on this show, but some of them we have, like, it's good to have people like that in your life. It has been a year, right? But like you said, like, I'm very grateful, and I'm looking forward, and I'm actually for once looking forward to next year instead of dreading it. So yeah, fucking cheers, fuckface, cheers. You're muted, John. You got the
Oh, that's right.
You got the final thought?
Hey, man. Yeah, fuck it. Before we get to
sponsors, sorry.
Yep, sponsors.
Right.
So guys, remember, New Year's is coming. So that means you're going to be eating a lot of ass, okay? And you cannot do that without Rogue Energy. You better use that code DD214 Gaming for 10% off that order today, okay? You need that energy to bring in that new year, ladies and gentlemen, okay? We're coming into a new year. We're coming into 2022, okay? You need that Rogue Energy.
You need Rogue Energy for when you wake up in the middle of a fucking hotel room in Tijuana, Mexico. Your wallet's gone, your car's gone, your keys aren't there, but you're fucking there. You're going to need that fucking Rogue Energy, bros and ladies, okay? You got to blast that shit, and you got to get back home, and you don't even know where the fuck you are. Rogue Energy is good for that shit. Rogue Energy will get you home, all right? Rogue Energy will get you home.
Rogue Energy will get you right too. Okay, guys? And I got the fruit punch one right here, ladies and gentlemen. It is delicious,
shit.
Okay, guys? It is delicious. So
36 hours in a fucking bag, baby.
There you go.
36 hours in a
there
fucking
you go.
bag.
Like Deshaun Meyer says, ass-eating energy packed up and sent straight to your door for 10% off, guys. DD214 Gaming is the code. Also, don't forget to check out the link tree, www.linktree.com/DD214 Gaming. In those links, you will find our Discord, our YouTube, which you should like and subscribe to, our Spotify, which we are now on video on Spotify, and those numbers are looking good. It looks like a lot of you guys like seeing us on Spotify, so keep punching those numbers, because it's going to come to a point where there's only going to be the clips of our episodes on our YouTube, and our full episodes will be on Spotify incomplete soon.
There we go.
So guys, make sure you check that out. And last but not least, Blaze 8 Online.
Blaze 8. What's up, homies? Fuck yeah.
You
Blaze it. Blaze it.
You know, you guys came on to the show early in the year, and we couldn't be more grateful for you guys coming on. We can't wait to have you back on again. Guys, for
Absolute
all your
gratitude.
Delta 8 CBD needs, blaze8onlinenewjersey.com. They deliver straight to your door. They have everything. They have cream, toothbrush, rose blunts, pre-rolls, gummies, whatever it is, you got them, guys. And, you know, it's an honor to do the final thought for the season finale. So that means we need to remember that now you're going to do the beginning.
I'll be doing the first one of
You're
the new
doing
year.
the first one of the new year, and I'm doing the last one of the year.
All I gotta
And
do is survive 168 hours.
there you go. There you go. 168 hours till Jay goes crazy. Guys, we're in the new year. We're coming into the new year, and you know the stigma doesn't change. Okay, not we are all we got. Okay, we are into this final holiday weekend. A lot of people are going through it. You're not alone. You're not alone. You could our we have an open door policy here at DD214 Game. You can contact any of us, any of the admins. Ask for our phone numbers. We'll talk to you. We'll get you through it, man. I just saw this video of a streamer, Dr. Lupo, helping out a viewer who said that he was going to take his own life and that he was going to make his last donation to him. And that streamer, Dr. Lupo, you know, told him, don't, you know, you're more than that. Okay. And this goes to everybody else in the world. Even if you're not watching, even if you're not listening, it doesn't matter. This energy needs to be sent out. You are not alone. And we are there for you. And we love you. And you're needed in this world.
That's
Don't,
right.
you know, don't choose a voice, don't choose a vice to hide your feelings. Don't make any bad decisions because you think it's going to make you feel better. No, pick up that phone, call somebody. The National Suicide Hotline is 1-800-273-8255. That's 1-800-273-TALK. You could text them, you could call them. There's someone there volunteering to hear your story today. Guys, it's been a fucking pleasure.
It has. The devil in Kansas City says you owe it to yourself to outlive your enemies. All right. So don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. All right.
Hua. Guys, we'll see you next year.
We will see you next year. How
Enjoy
about that?
yourselves. We'll be in the group in there talking shit and getting it done, guys.
Hope y'all had a
Jay.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Oh, and a happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa as well. Happy
happy
Kwanzaa as well.
happy
Absolutely.
Kwanzaa to anyone who observes
Happy
it.
Yule. Happy Yule to everybody. Like I hope you guys have been partying for like 12 days straight. Like happy everything to fucking everybody. Lottie dottie everybody. Party your asses off. Party safely. Get home safely. Enjoy the remainder of your holiday season. We will see you next week. 100.
Ho!